The history of Cartoon Network. In 1986, Ted Turner, owner of Turner Broadcasting System, bought the rights to MGM, and after a measly 75 days, he sold it right back because the money was not rolling. Turner did keep the rights to some movies and TV shows, Merry Melodies, Popeye, Looney Tunes, and much more.
That's all, folks.
In 1991, Turner then purchased the rights to Hanna-Barbera, the biggest animation studio outside of Disney. HB is home to so many cartoon classics such as The Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, and my personal favorite, Jabberjaw. Turner wanted to create a channel to house this huge stock of old cartoons, so on October 1st, 1992, Cartoon Network boomed into existence. Nickelodeon was the first kids network, but Cartoon Network was the first channel to show cartoons for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Turner owned nearly 9,000 hours of old cartoons, so there was no need to produce any more until viewership was not keeping up with Nicktoons. In 1993, The Moxie Show premiered, an anthology show hosted by the 3D Moxie and Flea. Maybe it was too ahead of its time, and it was a show that Cartoon Network only had the exclusive rights to. The first show completely developed within Cartoon Network Studios was Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Essentially, they took old animation cells from the classic 1960s HB cartoon Space Ghost and redubbed over them. Coast to Coast is a spoof on late night shows where Space Ghost would interview a variety of guests, even this guy, Craig McCracken, who would go on to create the Powerpuff Girls, Fosters, and Wander Over Yonder. In 1994, the short show titled What a Cartoon was developed to create not only a new show, but a lot of pilots. Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, the Powerpuff Girls, Courage, and more came from What a Cartoon. This era is defined as the checkered era, based off the checkered logo, and this era marked the beginning of Cartoon Fridays, a staple on the channel. In 1997, the Toonami block was introduced to the channel, showing several different animes, which eventually led to the creation of Adult Swim. In 2001, for adult animation, the first show to be aired was Home Videos, but that's a little ahead. On April 1st, 2000, Boomerang was launched as a sister channel dedicated to the cartoons of the past.
Boomerang, it's all coming back to you.
Nickelodeon's hit show Rugrats got the theatrical treatment through 1998's The Rugrats movie, becoming the first non-Disney animated film to gross over $100 million, prompting more other shows to get theatrical movies. This kept Cartoon Network behind the competition, so to tap into the theatrical market, the Powerpuff Girls movie was released in 2002.
The Powerpuff Girls movie.
It was critically a hit, but a big loss financially, cutting any more theatrical releases. Before we leave the Powerpuff Girls segment, I feel obligated to let y'all dance with Devo. Throughout the rest of the 2000s, the 90s shows started to fade away, and new shows were coming in such as Ben 10 or Camp Lazlo. The channel rebranded its logo and bumpers, the creation of the CN City bumpers, the Yes era and the Nudes era were starting to pop up. Even a short-lived preschool block named Tickle You arrived. The last half of the 2000s is defined as CN's dark ages. New management added live action shows to the Cartoon Network.
No, Chowder.
Pretty please.
What?
Dude, what would happen? Bobby Says, and Destroy Bill Destroy, hosted by the Party Hard and Andrew WK, who also became the channel's host. CN's first live-action TV movie kicked off this entire era with the film Reanimated. About a boy who gets the brain of essentially Walt Disney and can now see all of his cartoons.
Golly?
This movie's horrendous, but I can't help but adore it. Canadian cartoons like Total Drama Island, Johnny Test, and 16 came in to fill the gaps as well, pushing the new original shows like Chowder and Flapjack to the wayside. In 2007, Adult Swim was promoting Aqua Teen Hunger Force by putting up these guys around Boston. People started to think they were bombs, leading to the artists having to do community service and CN getting into trouble. In 2009, Cartoon Network's longest running show, Ed, Edd and Eddy, ended after 10 years, really implementing change. Technically now Teen Titans Go is the longest running show, but I see that more on the WB side than the CN side.
Someone please give me the wedgie shorts.
Wedgies!
It wasn't until 2010 when Cartoon Network jumped back into the game with two pivotal shows, Regular Show and Adventure Time. The channel regained huge amounts of popularity, gone were the mediocre live-action shows. In 2014, Boomerang would get rebranded to more of a PBS Kids look in my opinion. I love PBS Kids, I'm just indifferent on this. It looks like they had the budget of PBS Kids. Boomerang aired their same bumpers for a decade. I miss it now, but to a certain point, you can only listen to the Josie remix. and Gerber Life programs so much in a day.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children.
Shut up!
About 2016, the channel began to lose steam once again though, as streaming and YouTube became most people's media consumptions. As of 2023, the Cartoon Network block itself airs the least on the channel. The mornings are taken up by Cartoonito, the channel's new attempt at a preschool block, airing things like Cocomelon. The evenings are taken by Adult Swim that now starts airing as early as 4 p.m. Central Time. 2023 also saw the collapse of the CN Studios building, now joining Warner Bros. Animation and the WB building. All the Hanna-Barbera characters that the channel was built on have lost a lot of relevancy. Besides for Scooby-Doo, these characters are more mascots than anything, but even the new franchise starter Scoob wasn't a hit. On Max, there is a show created by C.H. Greenblatt, who created Chowder, where it's a revamp of all the Hanna-Barbera characters. It's called Jellystone. I think a lot of people have written this off or don't even know about it, so give it a chance. I think Chowder had the closest humor to SpongeBob on Cartoon Network, so Jellystone kind of fits that vibe. Cartoon Network shaped my art style, my music taste, my friendships, and my humor.
Dude, take my picture!
Out of the big three, I have always been a CN kid. Even if it is nothing like it once was, its impact on television and the many generations that watched it still feel its impact today. Also, be sure to check out my new series of videos where I'm ranking my favorite theme songs. At the time of this video being put up, my top 10 Cartoon Network theme songs list is out and the Disney list is on its way. Like and subscribe, TheShoogyShoo.